Skibbity Riz in Ohio. So true. I was thinking, you know how like millennials say they take psychic damage? That's like their way of indicating that they don't agree with something. I was thinking last night that I actually think saying Skibbity Riz 100 times a day has done psychic damage to me. Like I think it has actually created a buildup of neurons in a part of my brain that controls how often I say Skibbity Riz, and I can almost feel like resistance when I try to push past it. Like when I try to come up with something to say, my brain instantly goes on the Skibbity Riz neuron and it's like, well, we got to start here because this is the first element of every sentence. And I'm like, no, brain, you got to, we're going to swerve off. I'm not live anymore. We're going to swerve off of Skibbity Riz, okay? And it is not working. Atomic Habits, baby. So true. Did you see the post that was like, I have a friend of mine who conditioned himself into liking running by putting a nicotine patch on every time he went jogging. He just did his 5th marathon. I don't think that was a fake post either. I think that I at least could believe that it's real. And I'm like, you know what? That's the kind of like life hacking that I sort of respect. I have to be careful what I say here because I don't want you to do it. But like all these freaking the dudes making DoorDash too are always like, I use 3 scoops of beta alanine every morning and then I apply a vitamin D cream directly to my perineum in order to get it. I find it really helps me with my meditation in the morning and stuff. No, bro, just take drugs and run. Only take drugs when you're running and then you're going to love running, okay? It's that easy. You know they had to hit him with one today. Did you see the photo of Henry Kissinger and Obama that's been resurfacing since the death of Henry Kissinger? Where the dude is like built like the co-op robot from Portal 2? It's literally just like a huge head on a sphere and then 2 sticks coming out of it. It is, he had mind-boggling proportions. You see the video of, what's that guy's name? Luke Fragrance? You see the video of him taking an enormous whiff of cologne and then going like, woo! And he screams so loud that a tonsil stone dislodges. Jeremy Fragrance, that's it. A tonsil stone dislodges itself from like a socket inside of his mouth and it flies out of the camera. Oh, oh man.
Power! What was that? Was that something out of my nose? Oh, I coughed something out while screaming power. I'm sorry. Well, that was a bit ugly, but okay. This is the fragrance where my famous video...
I hate the internet, but I love the internet, bro. You would not have ever seen that shit if you lived like 1910 to 1986. And I am glad to have seen it. Because, I mean, it's remarkable. That's all I got to say. I mean, I'm not mad at the dude. What's he going to do? He had a tonsil stone that he, I guess, didn't know about. But I might have tonsil stones for all I know. I'm not going to act like I got better dental hygiene than Jeremy Fragrance. I don't know. Here. How's that? You're good. I mean, I drink coffee every day, but I use a Sonicare toothbrush. So, like, we're getting most of the gunk out. Skibbity Riz. So true, so true. Hey, librarian, I don't know if you're here yet. What's up with all the VTubers posting about their trips to Costco like the same way that Marco Polo wrote about venturing to the East for the first time in European history? Like they're giving like anthropological journal entries of like a place that 11 million Americans go at least once a week. They appreciate it. I'm glad, because the thing is, let me tell you, you know what we call people who go to Costco? Costco appreciators. The only people who don't like Costco are the people who don't go. And then sometimes they're like, I went for the first time, and you were right. It's kind of sick in there. Little busy. Everybody knows it's busy in there. And the people are not using their carts in a way that is conducive to help the flow of traffic. That's for sure. But you're like, why is it so busy? It's like Disney World, bro. People like going there. Thoughts on the plane reclining discourse? Plane reclining discourse. Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought of like an airplane doing a wheelie at cruising altitude. We already know. We've solved this one 10 years ago. I don't recline. I feel like if you're under 6 feet tall, you should not recline. But if you recline, there's a couple of things to keep in mind. The first thing is you recline slowly. You push the button and you ease yourself backwards. You don't push the button and then yeet it back to full recline as fast as possible. People got laptops, they got tray tables, they're resting their head on the tray table. Like you can annoy them mightily. And just recline like a couple degrees. You don't have to recline like, the 20 degrees that they let you recline. Just start with like a 10-degree recline and then see how you're doing. Just ask them. Yeah, but I mean, like, that's what we should do. But let's be honest. Nobody talks to each other anymore. Nobody talks to strangers anymore. You see all the discourse on TikTok that was like, I can't believe the Trader Joe's cashier tries to make conversation with me every time I'm there. And then the echo of the response to that, which is like our social fabric is completely eroding because people are afraid to make small talk with the grocery clerks. That being said, I'm being hypocritical because I have said the exact same thing. Not with grocery clerks. I don't mind doing the checkout small talk with the grocery clerk. But I hate when you're paying for your food and then the server comes over and goes like, so do you have any plans for the rest of the day? That time I'm like, we don't know each other. It's sort of something about in the grocery store line is like, or when you're checking out of the grocery store, it's like we're having some kind of rapport. But at the end of the meal, when they hand you the credit card machine and they're like, are you doing anything else today? I'm like, we don't know each other. Also, I said this in the Discord. By the way, there is no punchline. I dropped my daughter off at a class at 8:55 a.m., went to the grocery store at 9:10. If you've never done this, I recommend it. There was nobody there. Now, that's just an aside. That's just a life pro tip. And also the drive. Oh, my God. Dude, people are not waking up early on the weekends. It's amazing. But I put my groceries on the conveyor belt, and it's just one of those things that happens. The cashier took the divider from the person in front of me, and then she kind of like tossed it. She didn't place it nicely. She tossed it over my groceries to land it on the conveyor belt, and it hit a carton of blueberries that was at the end of the conveyor, and that thing popped open like a jack-in-the-box and spilled all my blueberries all over the conveyor belt. And I said, I'm just going to go back and get another carton. And she said, that's fine. But I could tell the vibes were off for the rest of the interaction. Like normally it's Sunday morning. She's like, oh, what are you going to get up to today? And I'd be like, oh, me and my daughter are going to bake some cookies or something. But she wasn't saying anything. Just like, bag? I'm like, no, I'm good. She didn't say, how are you going to pay? She just said like the total. And I was like, oh, I have a membership card. And she's like, okay, what's your phone number? And then you answered, yes, I did. You're right. Yes, I did. I know what you're trying to do, and I will not do it. What was your answer? My answer was my phone number. I probably will not be watching Kong x Godzilla, but I did like the video of them running where someone said, why are they running like Mega Man drops November 7th? Hang on, did you see this? Multiple fruit recalls in Canada due to salmonella risk. The agency has identified Malachita brand cantaloupe as the likely source of the output. No, that ain't me. I do like cantaloupe, but I have not eaten it recently. So glad I don't eat fruit. Hey, before we do Sap, let me check out I Was Poisoned real quick. I thought they had, in the most polite way possible, why does I Was Poisoned attract people who don't know how to write? Natural selection? You don't have to be stupid to eat at Taco Bell. You just got to be driving, right? Taco Bell, Marietta Highway, Canton, Georgia. I went into the Taco Bell, ordered the same thing from 2 days ago before, which was the value meal taco and 5-layer burrito, and I think a chalupa for $5. I only ate chalupa and taco Mountain Dew Baja Blast. I eat the food I left and put 5-layer burrito in my pocket for the movie I was going to see. In about 20 minutes into the movie, I automatically started vomiting everywhere, and my face was burning and felt like I was going to pass out. Thank God I was the only one in the theater. Bro, they must have been seeing the Marvels. Oh, I knew something was wrong and tried to head home. Was so sick and about to pass out, had to call ambulance and was taken to hospital. They said I had food poisoning. I've been eating at this Taco Bell since 1991, which equals 31 years, and have never had this happen. But it did, and it was absolutely horrible. Bro shoved the burrito in his pocket for the movie later. Respectable move. This didn't happen? I don't know. Like, what's crazy? I believe most of these, but also I think that it just shows you that human beings broadly are not very intelligent. Do you know how many times the I was poisoned description says, like, this is the third time I've eaten this and the third time I've gotten sick? I got sick from some form of gastrointestinal bug last weekend. I completely changed my meal flow. I'm never ordering from that pizza place again. I actually ordered from Papa John's. You know how much it embarrassed me to do so? The shit that people say about Subway bread, you should be giving that vitriol to Papa John's. Why is the bread so sweet, man? In Ireland, that shit would be called a donut. That being said, I'm not playing around. If it was the pizza from like last Friday that gave me whatever I got that made me super sick, then I'm a Papa John's man for life. Also, I'm going too far into this. Pizzerias, okay? If anyone watching this owns a pizzeria, if your pizza's good, and then I go to your website and it says you can order on Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, skipthedishes.ca, I'm never using your business. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. I'm not paying the inflated price, the convenience fee, the dasher fee, the software engineers get 18% of this even though they didn't even have their knuckles in the dough. You can catch me going back to the 90s, bro. You can catch me going to Papa John's. You can catch me going to Domino's. You can catch me going to Pizza Hut because the price of the pizza is the price that it takes to put it through your door plus a tip for the delivery person, okay? Instead of like the pizza's $18.99, by the time it gets to your door, it's $41. It doesn't make any damn sense. And then they've got the audacity to say we didn't print profit this quarter. Fuck you. How much did you pay your C? How much did you pay Montel Jordan for the This Is How We Do It Uber One commercial for the Super Bowl, you motherfucker? You should see the new I Was Poisoned. Okay, one moment, please. Luckily, I still had the tab open. This morning, something from the buffet. Not sure. Yes, it was nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and intense abdominal pain. See, this is the shit that pisses me off. Okay, the picture is of a breakfast buffet where it appears that they had 7 desserts, okay? No, the gummy bear one? Well, this one's pissing me off. You can't go to I Was Poisoned and say something from this restaurant poisoned me. I don't know what it is. It all tasted fine at the moment. You could have gotten sick from any variety of sources, and you're putting the Bacchanal buffet on blast. You haven't done genomic sequencing that you could get sued for like false misadvertising probably. No, the gummy bear one, Lil Nitro Gummy. The world's hottest gummy bear. It's on fire and has a fire extinguisher on the ad. It's very hot. My stomach is cramping like crazy and it feels like birth. Oh, man. This, like, dude, we have to do better as a species. Sam's Club. Ate this cake 3 different nights after supper. Not sure what ingredient did not agree with my stomach or other possibility. Extreme pain and vomiting from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Later evening felt better. Stupidly ate more. Same thing. Now days later, I'm so sore. Bro, you got like sicker than you've ever been in your entire life. And you said, I'm going to risk it on the cake again? Like you're so confident the cake is what did it that you were sending a message to iwaspoisoned.com. But you're also like, I am pretty hungry right now. Like, what are we doing here? We have the tools as a society to like not fall victim to this. Now, I'll admit, okay, sorry to have done that, but it's my bias that cake was probably fine. It was probably some other shit that you ate. That's just it's my own personal bias. I'm not saying that a major grocery store is not going to give you food poisoning ever. I'm simply saying it's less like Occam's razor is that you have lower health standards in your own kitchen that they have in the kitchen at the Safeway. That's all I'm saying. You ever have the health department come through your house? I think that they would shut your ass down. I worked at a grocery store. It'll change your mind. You haven't seen how fucked up I cook, okay? You don't know anything about the bedlam that goes on in my kitchen. Cutting the chicken before the vegetables, using the same knife, same cutting board. Cooking raw chicken in the cast iron, using a wooden spoon to stir it around, using the same wooden spoon to sample the mirepoix for the soup. You don't know what it's like in there. I'm entering my plague arc. You gotta keep those digestive enzymes guessing, bro. Are 9 dogs easier to take care of than 1 dog? This is an insane question. Speak on that. I'm not opposed to a little bit of insanity, but how would 9 dogs be easier to take care of than 1? Oh, it's a slime bit. They take care of each other. Can I tell you, not to pivot off of the slime bit early, but I've always wondered when people are like, I can't explain it, but NL's kind of Jerma coded. And then the Twitter algorithm served me a clip that was like, imagine watching Jerma stream high and then he's sober and says this. And he was saying like,
I'm serious. Think about that. Imagine if aliens didn't have like video or photo evidence of anything. They would be so freaked out. You tell an alien, you stand right there, alien, I'd like you to sing the alien national anthem. And they're like, quack, 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 quack. And then you show them, you videotape them, and you show them doing that. They're gonna go, and their head's gonna fucking explode. You're literally showing them a memory that they had. You have burnt that into a physical medium. How many CBD gummies did you have? 0.
imagine aliens didn't have photographic evidence. Like imagine that they were like us, but they never invented the ability to like capture a moment. And then you told an alien to sing their national anthem and then played it back for them. It would blow their mind. And I was like, all right, I get it. Yeah, I'm a little Jerma coded. He's kind of spitting. And every one of the comments is like, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? And I'm like, listen to him. He's talking about what he's saying. If aliens didn't have videos and you showed them a video of themselves, they would lose their minds. They would be like, how did you put a moment inside of a box and then play it back to me? That was the quickest illustration for me that I was like, I get this guy. I totally get it. You're like, whoa, he must be super high. He's just, he's got an interesting question. It's a thought experiment. Whoa, double slit experiment? How high are you right now, Enrico Fermi? I know he's not the dude with the double slit experiment, but I don't know who did it. Bro, don't even bother doing the experiment. You know it's just going to be 2 bands of light. Dude, light behaves like a particle. Sometimes I don't, wait, you get the idea. Rutherford. Fucking boar. I don't know. Mantis is dog shit. In terms of like the animal kingdom though, it's got to be one of the coolest looking animals that's ever existed on Earth, right? It's literally like a tall bug with knives for hands or like swords for hands. That's cool, dude. That's like some Starship Trooper stuff. They should make a human-sized one. No, they shouldn't, Satan. Sorry, I've always wanted to say that. He truly is a millennial. As long as we're in the did you see this era, did you see the post that said, if any of you display this in your house unironically, I will kill you? And it's like the millennial like menu board with the calligraphy on it that says like, it's 12 different types of cursive writing. Romeo and Juliet is not a love story. It's a tale of 2 underage people who die, or it said something needlessly reductive of the sort. I'm in love with you, and I don't want to take drugs with you anymore, 'cause this is a
hypocrisy, androgyny, misogyny of the policies of Donald Trump. Let's do a bump of cocaine. You drive me insane, but I'm giving it up again. I'm done with the heroin. Hey girl, let's fly from England to Paris, 'cause I'm really in love with you. You know what I'm talking about?